Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a poor woodcutter and his wife. They had 2 children named Hansel and Gretel. Times were hard, and food was scarce. One night, the woodcutter's wife suggested they abandon the children in the forest to save themselves from starvation. Hansel overheard the plan and gathered white pebbles. The next day, as they walked into the forest, he dropped them along the path. When left alone, the children followed the pebbles home. Their father was overjoyed, but his wife insisted they try again. This time, Hansel could only grab breadcrumbs. As they walked deeper into the forest, he left a trail of crumbs. But when the children were left alone, they discovered birds had eaten the crumbs. Lost and hungry, Hansel and Gretel wandered the dark forest. After days of wandering, they stumbled upon a clearing. There stood a house made entirely of candy and cakes. Starving, the children began to eat the sweet walls. Suddenly, an old woman emerged, inviting them inside with promises of warm beds and good food. The old woman was actually a wicked witch who trapped children to eat them. She locked Hansel in a cage to fatten him up, and forced Gretel to be her servant. Each day, the witch asked Hansel to stick out his finger to check if he was fat enough to eat. Clever Hansel showed the witch a thin bone instead of his finger. Frustrated by his apparent lack of weight gain, the witch decided to eat him anyway. She ordered Gretel to light the oven, planning to cook both children. Gretel, realizing the witch's plan, pretended not to understand how to light the oven. When the witch leaned in to show her, Gretel quickly pushed her into the oven and slammed the door shut. The evil witch was defeated, and the children were saved. Searching the witch's house, Hansel and Gretel found chests filled with gold and precious gems. They filled their pockets and set off to find their way home. After a long journey, they finally reached their village, where their father waited, overjoyed to see them. Their stepmother had died, and the woodcutter had regretted his decision every day. With the witch's treasure, the family never went hungry again. Hansel and Gretel's bravery and cleverness had saved them, and they lived happily ever after with their loving father. The tale of Hansel and Gretel spread throughout the land, teaching children to be brave, clever, and to look out for one another. People marveled at the children's resourcefulness, and how they overcame such a terrible ordeal. As years passed, Hansel became a skilled craftsman, using his experiences to create beautiful toys that brought joy to children. Gretel grew into a wise woman, known for her kindness and ability to help others in need. The siblings never forgot their adventure, and often shared their story with the village children. They taught valuable lessons about trusting one's instincts, the importance of sibling bonds, and the dangers of trusting strangers too quickly. Their father, grateful for his children's return and their newfound prosperity, dedicated his life to helping other poor families in the village. He ensured no parent would ever feel desperate enough to abandon their children. The candy house in the forest became a legend, a cautionary tale about the dangers of gluttony and the importance of looking beyond appearances. Parents used the story to teach their children about making wise choices and valuing family above material things. Hansel and Gretel's courage inspired generations of children to face their fears and believe in themselves. Their story became a beloved classic, retold in books, plays, and songs, ensuring that their bravery would never be forgotten. As time went on, the forest where their adventure took place became a protected area, a reminder of the power of nature and the magic that can be found in the most unexpected places. Visitors would come from far and wide, hoping to catch a glimpse of the legendary candy house.